Starting off this video, I encourage you to take a piece of paper and write onto it what your dream life is. So, what do you want to have materialistically? What do you want to have in a family? And what are the purpose and goals you want to achieve by then? What does your daily schedule like as well? And with that, you see that the average life that school preaches us and the teachers preach us is basically the complete 180 of what we would want to have. So the average life consists of, okay, you've got a 9 to 5 job, you wake up at 6 a.m., drive to work for 1 hour, then in the afternoon you get back, you are tired and don't want to do anything anymore. So you're more likely staying on the sofa and watching Netflix instead of doing the things you would have been wanting to do. I'm not the TikTok guy saying you need to make $1 million a month to be successful in life. I actually think that right now the career paths, the life choices are kind of borderline. So you have the TikTok guys saying that, okay, you need to make that much money, you have to get rich to live a good life. And then you have the school system saying, okay, you need to work for a good corporation. And if you go to uni for 3 years, you can also get 200 euros more. For some guys, you have to decide this for yourself. It would be better to get into a career and then level up there if you think you can actually level up in a career and get successful in there, while also having purpose in your life, while also having purpose in this constitution that you're working at. If you were just stacking boxes every day, then your life would be kind of meaningless, right? Okay, you've got boxes, boxes, boxes every day. You don't contribute to the world that way. You don't teach the new generation stuff. You don't build stuff. So what's the point of living a life like this, really? I think we should have meaningful work for ourselves. For example, my dream is to be self-employed later down the line, so I can be where I want when I want. This is the main factor which I want to design my life around, because I hate waking up at 6 a.m. and then having to be in school. I would much rather wake up at 4 a.m. and then do a little jog, then do my work, or record a video like this, then go into the gym for a short workout, and in the evening maybe have a date or meet up with friends. But right now, if you're still in school, you know this, you can relate to this. You're waking up at 6 a.m. and then you feel kind of sleep deprived. Then you pull yourself out of the bed while it's still dark because it's winter. There's actually no sunlight yet. You eat your little cereal with your family. Then you have your school way with your bike, or the bus in the dark. You get no sunlight. Now you're in the school making. Now you're in the school working for things you don't even want to learn, and learning things that you won't even keep because they are that unimportant to you. This all just leads to life where you'll eventually feel like your time is not valued enough. I'm admitting that I get kind of frustrated with the things they teach us, and I'm actually not working as hard as I think I could in school, because I want to have my brain power for recording videos like this and making other guys see the problems that arise and how to fix them. It's not that I want to know how cells work and what the mitochondria, I don't even know what it's called, is. This is not important to me because I will never use it. I won't be the scientist. I want to be the teacher and help guys. We are basically thrown into this life and kind of shackled to follow the script our parents have been following. Go to school, get a good job. And if you work a bit longer, if you stay a bit longer in school, then you can get $200 more a month. Okay, cool. This we don't actually want. What I'm preaching to you is that you have your piece of paper in front of you. What would your work look like? If you haven't written it down yet, think about it. Would you work 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, or actually just 3 hours a day with meaningful work that you can get efficiently done? Is it self-employment, like it's my dream, or do you want to work in a little corporation in your city, in your country, to there earn the bucks, but you still feel like, okay, this is kind of important work? We know that so many people don't know where they want to work because Work just seems like shit, honestly. There are office jobs which you could go to. Then you sit in front of the PC, you kind of crunch up like this and type the whole day. There's no purpose in that. Now, you could also. I live in Germany, but I think in the whole world, people are not content with their jobs. They, their family unit couldn't be as strong as it could be, and they are kind of unfulfilled with themselves because they don't have the time for what they actually want to do. I just have this picture of the fat, overweight, middle-aged man which doesn't exercise but goes to a football game once a week to drink some beer and hang out with his brothers, like his boys. And then he gets home, falls into bed with his stinky top on. His wife is already sleeping next to him, and then she kind of smells him and is disgusted by him. And they actually have no romance left. They don't love each other. So they've been trapped because they've now had two children, and the father kind of needs to get in the money. The mother is there to care for the children, but she doesn't really care about the husband anymore. Like, if this is the average life, you and I think this is the worst scenario that could go down in life. And this all starts with the education system and the good job. So, self employment, I'm always preaching, and my parents are kind of against it. And in school, my teachers say, yeah, okay, but it's not that safe. I actually think you can get to a good business if you stick to it. And you don't, I'm not quite a materialistic person. And if you're also not, then you would see that you don't actually need so much money to survive a month. So, with your sheet of paper, this is where you want to be. Then you have to think about where you are right now. Probably you're living with your parents in a city that you don't even like that much. Then you have to see what is the way that I get to where I want to be at. If you want to have the meaningful work, like for example, you would want to have a woodcutting business. Now, you do cutting boards. Every month you do one cutting board, so you get better at that, and then eventually you can sell these and then scale it up into your little own brand, and from that you can basically get up to self-employment. With that money you can go to the mountains where you want to live. What I want to say is really important. What I think you should not forget while pursuing your goals in general is your own truth and your purpose. If you have no purpose in what you're doing, then you will kind of fall off, and it just doesn't feel like, because the soul is kind of starved from life. There's no mission, so you don't have anything that keeps you going. Your identity, your own soul grays out because it doesn't get colorful from the adventures that you would make if you followed what you would want to do. If you're pursuing goals in a meaningful manner, that means if you stick to your own truth. If you wanted, for example, have a girlfriend, then you would actually kind of play the man you will be in a few years and not be like the guy you are right now. So you can actually attract the girl that you would want and that sticks around, not just that you can be intimate with her and then leave her after 6 months. I'm not here to twist your vision of life like the teachers do or the TikTok gurus. So I would actually want you to achieve what your dream life would be. And I can't help you that much except for share my wisdom with you, but this note you have in front of you, hopefully, this this will help you a lot and remind you a lot. And you will change over time, your purpose will change over time. So then you cross some things that you actually don't think are important anymore. Or you add some things that you think, okay, this is a must have now because I did this and now I've met this girl and now da da da. It evolves from there. Even if this video just wakes up one guy that thinks, okay, I'm gonna follow a script, I don't really know what I want to do. If this wakes up one guy, then this would mean the world to me. Because back then, I kind of wanted to be like my parents and follow them because, okay, it has worked good for them. But growing up, I saw that they were actually unhappy, and they actually didn't want to be in the house all of the time, and they actually wanted to do some more stuff. They wanted to take courses and have a language, but for example, my mother actually wanted to do courses on learning a language, but her work got in between that, so she actually couldn't learn it through the courses that were in person. I felt guilty for not following the script my parents have been following, but now that I actually see that they are pretty sleep deprived, I think they would be glad if I didn't just get into a job that was meaningless to me. There was this mother which was complaining about that her daughter may have a gap in her resume, like what her life would look like. Here in Germany, we have these documentations of what we did during what time. And oh no, there was a month missing in which the daughter hadn't done anything. So this would look bad to the future employers. So decide for yourself which life you want to live. There's millions of options really, and I don't blame you if you want to follow a career. For some guys, as I said, it might be great. But follow your truth here, and I would say if you have like if you notice that something on your paper says something that is very similar to a thing that a TikTok guru said, then spend like 2 days without social media, which if you're addicted to it's kinda hard, but if you get no influence from other people, then you get kinda clearer about what you want to have. Because if you're watching this video, it means that you've already gotten like a layer deeper than most people. You know that like the average life that most people just end up in because they hadn't done any plans, because they had planned for the wrong things, that most people ended up there, and you don't want to be one of them because you've got higher ambitions, you've got higher dreams, you want another life, you want a different life, right? So I encourage you to take your path and also take it when it seems kind of uncertain, because most of the time the things you would do would benefit you more, and there's not so many downsides to it. Like if you would rate the things you would want to do from 1 to 10, okay, if I started my little business, then this would give me a solid 100 euros a month, which would be life changing for me. So it's a 10. Okay, if this business fails, I lose 20 bucks because I had to get a room for the course. So I lose 20 bucks, okay, it's a 1. And now, if you succeed in this, it will be 10, it will be life changing, and if you don't, okay, you lose 20 bucks, it will be nothing, right? So this kind of helped me also start this YouTube channel, because I had the fear of people that I know looking onto my YouTube videos and kind of thinking worse of me, which is just not true, right? So stay safe out there and good luck.